We have a little rain. It's been raining for about 4 hours, light rain, which is a good thing. And I want to talk about some of the things that they do to us is population. Well, you have to apply some common sense to population. When they say they want, there's those Georgia Guidestones that keep a continuous numbers of humanity. Well, it's going to always fluctuate, humanity's numbers, but we have to become more conscious and using aware of our own numbers and why these idiots think they have the right to control our numbers for us. Well, first of all, they lead you into thinking you should have a lot of kids, and you fall for it and you have a lot of kids, and then they decide they don't think it's a good thing. Well, it's never been a good thing for humans to overpopulate the earth. Number one, the other species that are here deserve to have the right to roam free. Not to run across a road and get hit by a car and be roadkill because we don't know how to behave ourselves. That's an example. It's just, you know, I'm using it as an example. That we have these farms and we don't want the cows to get killed by a fox or a wolf, so we kill all the wolves. It's not making any sense. It has to make sense. There's too many humans, yes. They aren't wrong about that. There's too many of us because, why? Number one, we have never been smart enough to control our own numbers. And they feel that they have some right, which they don't, to control us in that respect. So it's time for humans to start to wake up, to realize that some of us don't have to have children. And that goes for the Chinese, that goes for any race. Black, white, anybody. Duggars with 13 or whatever they got is stupid, retarded behavior out of human beings. And then, you know, there's so many children that need homes. There's people across this planet that could take other people in. No. They'll go out and have test tube babies or, you know, it's just nothing but a problem. Let's learn to control ourselves. Isn't this the whole point, is self-governing? They don't want a government. They don't want this. Well, let's start controlling our own personal behaviors. Now, consciousness is it's only one thing. Consciousness is a passive thing. Yes, everything in this video, this has consciousness. It's not like a human consciousness because its blood flow is clear. Alright? And that dog, she has consciousness because the blood carries the charges, and that is how consciousness is spread through your body. And it's in your cells, and when the blood flow stops, there is some still awareness left within the consciousness in the cells. And then the light leaves, and it takes 3 days for the light to leave the body and leave the cells. And it might be longer even, because it just might be longer for all the lights to leave your body and return to the light source that's above. In this area of space where you died in, the light returns to that area. When rebirth occurs, the lights from that area, which is January, February, March, whatever part of the season that year that you're born into, you're born in January. If someone died in January, your lights may contain the lights of a lot of different people that have died in that, or family light that's connected. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Trying to get this across with as plain as possible. You see, consciousness is just the awareness that flows within the body. There are degrees of it. Talk about the book with the layers in life, and it's a 360 degree that's round, you see, round. And then the spiral of the flow of the DNA, which is part of the light. Nothing is separate. It appears to be separate, but it is not separate. Now, someone was talking about CERN. Now, CERN, all right, they're messing with the energies. And I do believe that somewhere they put out George Bush Sr. and he said that this is the future. Well, they're messing with something they shouldn't be touching. And I'm not anti-science. This is not their right. You see that? That's the dish. That pulls in energy that's free-flowing in space. This camera is digital now. Everything's on a digital wave. The reasons why we have such a problem in space is in part, and a large part, technology. They have created an open air screen that allows, with the fibers that they put in the sky, it allows them to control the weather. We can have our technology and other things that they're trying to do to block the view of the what actually is up there. I'd like to see it. And there are people from other worlds, but the way they get in here is not. Yes, they probably do travel spaceships or whatever, some type of vehicle, but they travel via the light. They go in and out of portals. I know that's portals always makes people think of some sci-fi. Sci-fi, science, the religion of the light, religions that we have are they're just trying to keep everything that was alive into this new age. It all has to fade away. All of it. Recognize that we are overpopulated. Do not allow them, one religious faction of this thing, to say, no, you can just have as many babies as you want. Oh, yeah. Now, from mistakes that humans make, there's always some type of karmic backlash. I don't know. It's like a boomerang effect with the energy. Or, and it's electricity. So if I say energy, I'm talking about electric. Now, you have too many children and you have sex without thinking and you use your lower region to think with instead of your heart and your mind. You're going to engage in sex. You're going to have children that you don't want, or you've been partying too much and you don't want this kid, so you go and have an abortion. And now, because this is the karmic backlash, because we've allowed ourselves to have too many pregnancies and too many children and too much sex, this is what happens, and they're misusing the tissue. This is karma on the people. It's a disgusting behavior we have, and I'm not excluding myself from my part in society. I am ashamed of myself for behaviors in the past. It doesn't exclude anyone, because everyone on this planet no one has risen above bad behavior completely. No one. If you have, then I would like to hear something from you. Because he who is without sin cast the first stone, alright? And the sin is behavior. Thank you. Pissed off.